Hey, 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 back with another episode with Chop It Up with Coco. I got a very, very special guest, man. I got somebody who mean a lot to me, dear to my heart, man. I got the man, Mr. Thedo Griffin. Thedo, how you doing, big fella?
I'm good, man. Don't introduce me as Mister. I'm just
Oh, you,
regular Thedo.
you Thedo, but you understand what I'm saying. But you my dog,
Yeah,
man.
it's cool, but it just I even tell the younger cats, man, don't I'm good. Just I'm Thedo.
It is.
That's one word. It's Thedo. That's one name. That's
I
it.
got you, my nigga. So check it out, man. So look, man, I'm doing this bio. I really appreciate you coming on here with me, man. It's my bio, my football career from a little kid through little league all through pro football. And here's a stop that I'm stopping at. I'm stopping at Western Illinois, the Leathernecks. And so, you know, my cement is set as far as my career. But like I said, and I talk about this on with other guys, and I'm definitely gonna talk about this with you. When I retired from football, like I said, the cement's dry. And when you go through your long career, you start to really think back of who really meant something to you. And when I stopped at Western, man, that's really where I was made. And you had a major part to do with that, man. So with that, I'm thanking you and I'm celebrating you because you was a super, super real one. I met a lot of guys from that New Orleans area, man, and all of them was official. It was all real. I ain't never in my life, and this is a compliment to y'all, saw a cat from New Orleans that was fake or whack. Always real, always straight up, and always rode for what was right. Talk about your experience, man, at Western Illinois, man. For me, it was great. But I want to hear from you and out of your eyes and how you felt about Western, how'd you end up there, et cetera.
It's Coach Ball. Coach Ball was recruiting me out of when I was in junior college. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you're in junior college, you only have your mindset going one way. Yeah. So at first I was just like trying to get a visit out of Coach Ball. This an extra trip. Right. And I think he figured it out. Coach Ball smooth. So I think he figured it out. And at first I didn't. My train ride or my path to Western wasn't straight. Like I just didn't sign and went straight there. I wound up going signing with Louisiana Tech. Okay. And it didn't. This is the crazy thing, man. I don't know. This is how Coach Ball like that. You know, I watched that Last Chance U. That's Coach Ball before all that, but he was not bad.
Right. But, no, you're right. That's a good point.
I remember when whatever happened with me at Louisiana Tech, dude, I got home that Monday. This happened like, I'm gonna say Sunday or whatever day I got home. The next day, like 9 o'clock in the morning, my phone rang. I answered it. Hi, buddy. I'm like,
Coach Ball.
It was Coach Ball. I know. I'm like, it just happened yesterday. I got home, you know, I drove home. I'm in my room already trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So I heard you got in a little trouble. I said, you know, it was nothing serious or nothing. Right. And he, you know, him and I talked, and he had his coaches, Coach Melvin and all them, the defense coach, and everybody came. They was already down in New Orleans. Right. And I remember going to meet him, dude. It's never this cold in New Orleans. It seemed like they must have brought it down.
Right,
it was
brought it with them.
Yeah, and I didn't, you know, being in New Orleans, I didn't have a big jacket, so I had like a beanie on with my little red Dixie jacket.
Right.
And I, you know, so I say I'm gonna go there and just like look the craziest I can look. This at this time.
Test them out. Be yourself and see how they take you. How they accept you. How they
feel about it. So because you know. That's the good thing. Like going through junior college, you mature a little, so you already been through that process, and you know what coaches want. So and you know you want them to be straight up with you.
Yep. And
you're gonna be straight up with them.
Yep.
So I go in there like I don't care. Like it don't whatever. I'm gonna give them me, but I'm gonna give them.
What you see is what you get. You always roll like
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a whole like a. I'm going to give them, not the Thedo you see in person, I'm going to almost give them that football on the field Thedo.
Yeah, it is.
Because, you know, if anybody know me, know I'm a different person.
Yes. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to talk about that when you get done.
But so I go there, and they all sitting there, and they talking. And Coach, shucks, what's the defense coach name on Coach?
Will.
Coach Will. Yeah,
Coach Will.
Coach Will. I remember him sitting there. And I was like, man, I come there, you gonna hate me. It's gonna be a nightmare. He was like, what are you talking about? I said, because I would give your defense hell every single day.
Yeah,
and I was just talking mad trash. I'm like, because I know nobody can be able to stick me. It was like, your little ass. Like,
hey, but that's Coach Wood and you, though. That's y'all's personalities in a good way, though.
Yeah, yeah. And then that's the thing. What I love about Coach Will was he was just him. Like, he didn't show no favoritism.
None.
And I remember him and I in the weight room because, you know, I was, and so I was just talking like this trash. And they was just looking at me like, this dude here.
Yeah.
So, but then we got past it and everything. I talked on the phone to Coach Ball. And I was like, look, I have to come up there to visit.
Right.
And my whole thing was I was going to sign anyway, but I had to, coming from Utah, I had to see if they had any black people up there. You know, I was like, this show, I remember I wound up, they flew me up. I came on a visit. Mm-hmm. It was cold. Dude, I had on sweatpants.
Probably jeans. 2 pair.
Yeah, I was bundled up. So I remember Gunner, remember Gunner?
Gunner 20, yeah. Gunner the real deal.
Yeah, he was my
probably one of the top 2 best receiver ever be there. Ever, hands down. Yeah. Gunner
he was my host. He was my host. And I'm like, they come to get me. I'm like, dude, this pass the girl. I said, this you could take a black girl and just pass in front of the room. I'm gonna be okay. That's all I want to see. Yeah. He was like, no, they said make sure you have a good time. I'm like, dude, it's too cold. You know. I'm like, I was just like, I'm gonna stay in the room. I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's me anyway.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm like, I'm gonna stay in the room. I'm okay. So he was like, no. They took me to a couple of parties, I guess like a skating rink. I was just like, man, y'all don't understand. Then he had to go get gas. Everything we've done, they had to leave the car running. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, because it's so cold. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about this. So it's like, man, we cut the car off, we might don't start. I'm like, Lord,
no matter if you got a new car or not, that cold weather don't play at all. In the area.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, this almost turning me off. Like, why? Why y'all got me out here? Because I know if I come here, I'm not coming outside when it's cold.
Right.
I know.
You have to play football, focus on football, and that's it.
Yeah. So we go there. He showed me a good time, and I'm like, this is me, because I'm not a party person. So I'm just like, okay. I seen the black at first. No, if you know Gunner didn't know, he didn't mess with all the black girls. So we went wherever Gunner party was, where we started off at. And I was like, okay, this reminds me of Utah. Then somebody, I can't remember who it was. They just so happened to be there. And they was like, Gunner, man, this dude ain't gonna come here. They was like, you gotta show him like
what he need to see. You got to make him comfortable. Make him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He was like, I don't know why Coach Ball didn't put Gunner with you. So, so he was like, we're gonna take him to the skating ring. We went.
Yeah.
And he was like, look. I was like, so they do got black people here.
Yeah.
Besides athletes.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
Right.
I ain't know nothing about no Macomb, Illinois.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right. So I was good, I met with Coach Ball and I'm like, man, I'm gonna come,
Yeah.
Went back, did what I had to do, worked out that summer. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I like really took working out. Well, I worked out, but I was really putting it in because I was like, I know I was talking trash to Coach Wilkie.
Let me say one thing about you. One thing I love about you too, man. You remind me a lot of Frank and some guys. Some guys are made of this. And when I'm gonna say this, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. You're gonna talk because you back it. There's nothing like a guy that talk but can't back it up. It made you better. It made you really have to perform like Deion Sanders, and it made you do that. If you talked it, you knew you had to back it. Me personally, I think it made you better. Me personally, I loved it. Me personally, that's how you was. And what I was gonna say was that it's not a negative thing. Not that you, in my mind, I thought you had multiple personalities, meaning off the field, you were so quiet, like you had nothing to say. You could go a month without saying a peep. Because that's just where you was. You were so quiet. You kept to yourself. No drama, no none of that. But once you got on the field, you let cats know what it was. DBs, receivers, double teams. You better bring 2. You better bring 3. And everything you talked about, you did that. So it wasn't like you were just running your mouth. It's a kind of confidence that you needed to present to yourself, I felt like. And I loved it. You know what I mean? For a person to talk and back it. But it wasn't nonsense talk. It was competitive talk. letting these cats know who you was and what you was all about. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing about you is you was a handsome, light-skinned dude, and a lot of handsome, light-skinned dudes, seriously, they don't get no respect. They think that, pretty boy can't do this, pretty boy. But that was misunderstanding with you. The way you were raised and the way you was in general, man, you was fearless, dog. No matter who it was, how big, how little, your mindset was so strong. Now, with that being said, I remember you talking to the DBs and upsetting them, but they couldn't do nothing about it, and you knew that. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say it to Coach Wilt, that was so funny because no one would have done that. Coach Wilt was straight up, real as hell, cool as hell. Right. But for you to tell them that, they wanted you. And I'm going to tell you right now, my opinion, I think we needed that because the only one that was really like that was Frank. Frank told you, I'm an All-American. I'm this, I'm that. And he backed it, and he killed it. We needed more of that. You know what I'm saying? I told Frank on this one, too. Frank put some confidence in people that people didn't have. You know what I'm saying? You made it okay to say I'm fly. You made it okay to say I'm finna do this and do it. You got to respect that, dog, and you always did that. You know what I mean? So that was just a good mix with you and Coach Wilt and just you with coaching them. You know what I mean? And another thing about you, you know, being from New Orleans, you know, you grew up with predominantly all black people. You know what I mean? So it was a culture shock to you. For me, if you ask me, I grew up in Wisconsin where there was both, and I had white folks around. But to me, it was a culture shock, so I'm so damn glad you decided to come, man. And like you said, the weather, oh, my God. I knew that was like, oh, this nigga ain't going to come. That weather was a beast. I talked about on mine when I went to Western. You know, I flew there for the first time in my life in a storm, a blizzard. Nigga, I'm terrified of airplanes. I flew there in a blizzard, but I had never had nobody give me anything like that, so I had to go. You know what I'm saying? So something else I wanted to talk about, Thedo, was this. Like from day one, even though my junior year I was a running back, you was always cool with me. You never hated. And that's one thing I love about you and a lot of guys from New Orleans, man. Y'all, I've never seen a hater. I just seen, y'all niggas ain't perfect, but I've just seen nothing but realness. Meaning like you never cared about no girls. You never cared about, you know, if somebody was successful, you always congratulated them. And y'all was always straight up. And my favorite thing that I learned from the New Orleans boys, especially you, this made me laugh. And I'll never forget. This is what settles in my heart when I think about you the most. When you call up somebody a clown. Man, this clown. And I never heard that. But the clown mean with the big fro, the nose, this stupid clown, man. So for me, it hit home. And I'm like, damn, that clown ass nigga, it became part of my language. But I never heard that from nobody but the New Orleans boys, especially you. So I just shot you out, man. Credit you so much. You brought so much swag and so much in New Orleans with you. People vibed that and they loved it. And like I said, I thought you had a little bit of a, not in a negative way, multiple personality because you was so quiet. You was, nigga, didn't even speak. This nigga didn't speak. You ain't say nothing. Wherever we went to a party, a hangout with the fellas, you was cool with everybody. Everybody loved you, but you ain't have nothing to say about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you got on the field, you let them know what it was and you was live, dog. Speak on that a little bit.
See, well, that's the thing. Like when we was, I said we went out somewhere and let me say, me being quiet, you know, I'm feeling out my environment. And a lot of people throughout life had that misperception about me. They always thought I just was like this stuck up person or, you know, but that was me. And, you know, I'm feeling you out. And then like when we used to go places, like you said, I might have was the smallest one. Yeah. But I used to always feel like I had to watch everybody back. So while everybody was enjoying themselves,
drinking and hanging, you was just chilling. You never drank. You was just like
observing everything that's going on. Like I'm observing everything that's going on. And then I think I had that chip on my shoulder because, like you said, coming from where I came from, I was like the lightest one. So you know, I always had to prove myself in everything.
Took the words out my mouth.
Yeah, so I was the one that couldn't back down, you know, because if anybody gonna come mess with you, they're gonna come mess with the weak. They're gonna think they're coming to mess with the weakest one.
Only if they knew though. Only if they knew about you, you would put hands on anybody.
So you know, I just was like that. I guess through, you know, throughout years, something started to be just normal. So that just was always starting to be a normal part of me that like, man, you got to pay attention to everything. And then I looked at us as a family. That's one thing. And I protect my family. Like I roll with you. If I'm down, we're going to go down together.
Absolutely.
Coco get in trouble. Guess who's going to be his co-defendant? Me. I'm going to get in trouble with him. You know,
that's how you
that's just my thing. And that's how I rode in school, you know, like when we was going places, because I remember someone asked me why I didn't join a fraternity. I'm like, man, this is my fraternity right here.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
these dudes on this team.
Yep.
And
That's all I
what
needed. That's all I needed.
I liked about it was just like, it wasn't no cliques. Like they had the whites, the blacks, but everybody hung together. Picture,
Yep.
I used to hang with Jason Gropp. They used
Yep.
to call us Big Country and the Brother.
Yep.
You know, and you know, that's what I'm saying. And I just hung, and it was, everybody felt welcomed. And I don't know, you remember when Coach Ball brought that, he brought a motivational speaker one time to talk to us. And the guy was like, this was before the season. This was before school started. And the guy was like, man, y'all gonna go a long ways.
Yeah.
He was like, y'all gonna have a good team.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I don't know if somebody asked him why. He was like, because I don't see no division in here. Like when I pay attention when I go talk to play teams.
Where you're sitting, who you're next to, their interaction.
Yeah, and everybody was, you know, hooked, you know, everybody was hooked up. You know, shoot, we was all be in the room playing the game.
Yep.
Everything. So it was like a big family thing anyway. And I ain't never look at nobody as a different color. Like
yep.
When I got, like I said, you know, it was a culture shock and everything, being from where I was at. But once I got it and welcome, everything was good. And I was 100 with all that, man. You know, that's one thing. I appreciate everything, man. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, back when you was playing running back in '96, I remember I used to take pride in blocking. That was me.
Oh, you was cold,
like,
man.
Come this
way.
way.
The truth.
And I used to, this the crazy thing, I used to get the little stickers on the helmet with the linemen. Because I used to, oh, man, I'm one of them. And I remember I used to tell you, man, look, if you break out this.
You know I was coming out there. I tried to stay out there middle as much as possible.
Right back. Yeah, just come my way. I got, you know. And then this the crazy thing, you was the only one. I had to really run fast because Coco was fast as hell. Yeah. I was like, shit. And you and Ty, you and King.
Taiwan King.
Yeah.
Taiwan.
Yeah. So, y'all. But you know, because you and I played, because he broke his collarbone or something and everything.
Yeah, it's clavicle. It's clavicle.
Yeah. So you was just the other super fast person. I was like, ooh, I got to kick it in the gear now. Yeah, man. But I remember looking at the back end.
I want to salute you on two things, Thedo. You coming from New Orleans, and I really salute you on this. With all the negative things, I'm going to do another Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter after I get done with this Western. But what I want to salute you is this. You coming from New Orleans back in that time, like I was very observant and aware of everything. I had a lot of friends that told me about this. Back in that time, New Orleans was the murder capital of the world, the murder capital of the United States. For people that don't know that, New Orleans, man, they wild. They don't give two its about that. So with all the stuff that happened to you, for you to go to Utah, for you to come to Western and get out of your element when you're used to only black folks, I saluted you for that, to go to a place where, because I know you got treated unfairly a lot, being black in New Orleans, et cetera, things like that. But I had to salute you on that end because a lot of people don't realize back then, New Orleans was the murder capital for a long period, like 2 or 3, 4 years in a row, man. You know, so I had to salute you on that end. And as far as, go for it.
No, I was saying it was hot. But you know, the good thing, I ain't gonna lie, Coco, I was almost shielded from it because, you understand, my high school was all black. I think we had one white teacher, and she came probably our senior year. But everybody we played with in the district was black. So basically, I stayed in this little cocoon, you know, and I told somebody asked me, I said, man, only white people coming in my neighborhood was either the police or the insurance man. Right. I was like, that's about it. And I remember telling Coach Ball that he was like, man, you're going to love Frank because he's from the hood.
See, my point is, for you, your parents did a good job with you. Even though there was things that happened with you, I'm sure, and it's nobody's business. I know you went through it. I went through it. You still stayed straight, and you was cool, like I said, with the white cats, the Hispanic cats, the Chinese cats. You didn't see color, Thedo. You was cool from day one. You know what I mean? And that brotherhood was real, and that's why we ended up winning a conference championship. But my point being is, the way you was, man, the way your parents, yes, sir. The way your parents were with you, man, and the way you was as an individual, I love the way you was, man. You was unique. You was the first cat that wore the hats down on the eyes. Everybody tried to copy you. You had your own smooth vibe, you know what I mean? And like I said, you was with all the cats, the white cats, you was with everybody, but everybody had love for you. You know, back to the football, though. The one thing about
Hey, well, I want to say one thing. I want to say one thing, Coco, because I live by this, and I tell my two princesses I have, my two girls.
There you go.
I live by it. You give respect to get respect, and I respect everyone before you. I give you that your opportunity to lose it. Correct. You know, so that's what it was. That's why you didn't see me choosing or picking that. Yeah, I'm gonna respect everybody as a man, you know, and I'm gonna give you that opportunity. Now it's up to what you do with it.
Correct.
You know, and it's
I had to, like I said, they talked about your character as a human being, as a man. And I think in life, character is so important, because what are you like when nobody's watching you? What do you like when people don't see you that way? And for you, man, like that to me, that was huge, because I love that about you. As far as football, man, you would always make comments. In my junior year when I played running back, I was a backup to Knuckles, you know, went to the league in 2009. We had a great running back core. But like you said, one thing about you, you always would make little comments like that, like, Coach, come my way. If you bounce it, I got you. Like, those are kind of things that fire me up. Those are things, and I wasn't really made for the trenches. I would get through there and drop my shirt if I had to, but I wanted to get out where I was comfortable. I wanted to get out with the little guys so I could get them up off me and make them miss and go to the house. But the thing is, you did a lot of dirty work. Like the folks I got on my bio, they did a lot of dirty work, and that's why I got you on here too as well. You was actually one of my best of friends in my heart, because I'm gonna talk about how you welcomed me in my senior year. But the blocking. You know, we were a heavy running team. We had great O-line. We had, you know, everything we needed, but we were a great running team. We played great defense, always top 3 defense in the nation, and we ran it down your damn throat. That's what Western was made of. So we didn't throw the ball much. So you did a lot of dirty work. You blocked the hell out of people, size didn't mean it to you. You used to have big DBs slamming them out of bounds on their back like you were so physical. But I'm going to tell you what it was. You were such a G because everybody judged your size. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't very big in stature. But once you got your hands on folks, it was your dog in you to take them. You wasn't just blocking them, getting their way. I seen you land on folks, man. And when we watched some of these highlights, I was like, Thedo, my nigga, because that's what you did. You know what I'm saying? So, and you took pride in that. Like, you would say to me, breaking the huddle, Coach, man, if you come out here, I got you. Come out here, I got you. For me, it was fulfilling, man, because you didn't get a lot of deep balls, and nobody could guard. You could run by anybody. You understand what I'm saying? But you did so much dirty work. So for me, I have to celebrate you for that. You didn't, and you wasn't selfish. You never complained about, man, I should get more balls. Man, throw me this. Man, throw me that. How come this? You never let that come out your mouth once. That old, you know what I mean? So I thank you for that, dog. For real, especially when I was at running back, I'm like, damn, this nigga don't never complain, and nobody did, for that matter. None of the Leathernecks complained about balls and carries and, you know, why y'all made these decisions. We didn't question Coach Ball and their decisions. If you felt like you was better, which you had to, if you didn't feel like you was better than the next person in front of you, then something wrong with you. I thought I was better than everybody in my eyes. I was made for something. You gotta know your role.
That was me. Like, but let me say one thing about, I remember this was not long ago. I was telling somebody, I said, man, I played with Reggie Bush before Reggie Bush. I was like, man, I played with a dude that was doing the Reggie Bush stuff when I was in college. I was like, dude, Coco, bro. I was telling one of my friends, like,
man, that's the ultimate compliment, though, man, because that's my favorite running back.
I didn't watch you get, dude, I watch you get out of some tight spots and bust it open. I'm like, oh, you know, because, you know, you might be blocking, you look. I'm like, oh, I said, oh, damn, he out of here. You know, I got to go run. You know, and so I was like, man, you know, I always took pride in all that. But back to what you were saying, man, it never frustrated me because I was like, we was winning. Yeah. Now, maybe if we was losing or something, I might have been like, because I ain't believe nobody could stick me. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
You had every reason to feel like that way. That's what you proved. That's what you showed.
And then, you know, I knew I knew where I had the DB when the game started, like after the third play, because I always set them up. Like, if you was a big DB, I'm going to finesse you because I know you're going to look at me and be like, he's small.
I'm going to get my hands on him.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play around with you. Now, if you was my size, I'm going to disrespect the hell out of you. If you was my size, I'm going to disrespect you. I'm going to take you in, and I'm just going to beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
I remember one time we was playing at, what is this? Missouri. Oh, man, what is it? So it's Southern Illinois.
Missouri State. That's the name of the team.
We're playing at Southern Illinois. And they had So you know, they had a DB. They had a DB. He was like Lucky, though. He was Kyle Diesel. So I looked. I said, okay. I know him. I know what he gonna do because he all, you know how they come. He comes stand in front of me with his hands down, like right there. I'm looking. I said, okay. So we you know it's running play. So listen. I said I'm just gonna run straight through him. Yeah. So the play went by. I ran straight like I hit him through. And I guess he was shocked. So then he trying to manhunt me. I'm laughing because I'm like, nah, dude. So the next play, we do the same thing, like him and I. Yeah. Then the next play, he come running there full speed. I cut him. Yeah. So I cut him. Head. So I'm in my own world. Yeah. I'm just playing mine. So then like the next, like a couple players later or whatever, it was a running play, and I ifed at him, and he jumped. I said, you a hoe. I told him. I said, you a hoe. I said,
hey, you got me this thing crying, dog. You got tears in my eyes, dog.
I told him, I said, you a hoe. I said, I done took your heart. So right then, I remember the crazy thing. We was in the huddle, and I was like, man, we about to have a party. I was like, who won't come to the party? Yeah. And they was like, what? And they was like, why is you talking about partying? I was like, man. And this the crazy thing, Coco. I didn't even know we was calling a pass play. I'm like, man, listen, I'm about to just meet me in the end zone. That's where the party at. Right. And like a play or two later, I scored. And I was remember telling the lineman, I told y'all. Yeah. I told y'all. And I was telling no boy, they're gonna have to put somebody else on me. And I remember like, because he was all big and you know, and hey, like I said,
you used to tell the coaches that on their sideline too. Used to get in their head. And the thing is, this is what makes it so funny, man. That's why you so gangster. I love this because, like you said it clear, that's your image. That's who you was. Don't let the color, don't let the size fool you. Man, you said if he was bigger than me, I'm going to try him a little bit. But if he close to your size, I'm disrespecting him. And that's how you roll. Because, like, dude, you was strong as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? For your size and everything you would do. But I would watch you do that because when I moved to my second year, I was in the slot sometimes by you. And I'm like, this nigga, did he just tell him that? And what you was doing is you was taking the mind of that player and the coaches. They really, and it's the thing, they watched you on film. They knew how fast you was. Like, nigga, you was super, super fast, track fast, football fast. They knew 86 was, hey, don't let him hit you deep because he gone. So my thing is, that's so funny of your character because that's what it was. Like, you didn't say much out unless you had to, but on the field, you took their soul, you took their heart, you took their mind, you took it from them. And I heard you and watched you do it. So for me, I loved it. I loved it, dog. I remember sometimes you would tell them, coach, like, man, y'all better put somebody else. It's the only one y'all got on scholarship. Like little things, I'm like, this nigga crazy. I love it, dog.
And see, I use that, coach. I used to figure this with me. If I can take their coach and have him worrying about me, that means you're not worrying about y'all. I'm distracting the coach and the player. So y'all all just I done took this player out. So it's one less player we have to worry about. He gonna be worrying about chasing me around, and I can go block somebody else. And you can see on tape a lot of times the DB will be running behind me, and the running back be running right behind us. And I'm like, because you worrying about
you gotta block. You got in his head so much.
Coach, I got the coach crying to the refs, talking about, you know, and oh man, I don't know if you remember, our senior year, Coach Rim said the referees came to them, or I don't know if they talked to Coach Ball and them before.
If you say one more thing, we throwing them out.
They kept saying your receivers, they say it's too aggressive. I'm like,
I'm telling you, boy.
Man, Coco, man, you and I was no taller than 5'10".
I'm telling you, dog. But it was just a G in it, man. Like, it was just a G in it, man. And I'm going to tell you, man, it was so cool because this is the thing. I learned a lot. And let me talk about me converting from my running back, which we was already cool in the fan, to my receiver. I want the world to understand this. You know, I converted over to receiver, small. I won an opportunity to play in the NFL. That was all of our dream as kids, especially at Western. There was a lot of people that went. So, yeah, we had our dreams. And if you said you didn't, you were lying. But we had our dreams and hopes and things like that. But we were all team first. And if that came out of that, great. But let me tell you what you did, man. I really, really applaud you because the receivers was your core. That was your thing. You ran the receivers. You was the best receiver. No disrespect to nobody else that was there. You know, we had some great receivers. All our receivers was right there. We were all good, but I thought you were just a little bit ahead of everybody, speed and things like that. I watched you do this, and I learned this from you. And I'm going to talk about what I learned from you without you telling me, and then all the things you taught me that I appreciate. What I seen you do on some run plays, like you said, instead of jacking them up, you would just and run by him, like literally run by him. And you force defenses to stop playing man, because even if it's a run play, you running by him, and you'll run back and be like, coach, you saw me eat him up. You was 10 yards away from this dude. And so they had to start changing what they was doing because of you. And I watched, I'm like, damn, he didn't even block this. And it worked. You were so smart. You just wasn't a good receiver. You was really smart. So I seen you on some plays block them. I seen you some plays cut them. I seen you some plays and get off and take off and leave them standing. And it's a run play. But like you said, they trying to cover you. And the coaches start to realize he can't hold it. All we need is one bomb. You know what I mean? So you taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Now let me get back to when I came over. I really appreciate this, man, from the bottom of my heart. It's like getting a new job and everybody looking at you sideways. It's like going somewhere new and everybody looking at you sideways. When I converted from running back to receiver, you was the first one to welcome me in. You showed me how to run routes. I was a running back. I was athletic, but it was a really hard transition that I don't think I would have been as productive if you, Thedo, did not help me learn how to run routes, learn how to catch with my hands. I catch screens. I had great hands. But a receiver, catching them, you welcome me in. You didn't get jealous. You didn't get envy. You showed me everything you knew how to do to help the team better. So for you to welcome me on that side of the ball, to open arms, show me all the stuff I learned, man, you the one I learned it from. You the one that I really, really appreciate that, because you could have took it a certain way. You know, even though it's going to be in a slot more, but sometimes they put us on the outside together. And so my thing is, for you to do that, man, for you to even have the small in the back of your mind, man, he might take some balls from me. That wasn't how you was made. So for me to convert from the running back over to receiver and to get the welcome arms from you, who that segment was led by you, man, I thank you, man. It meant a lot to me because it helped me be successful, helped the team be successful. But you could have been cold shoulder. You could have been BS. You stayed in the summertime and helped me run routes, catch balls, just every small detail that you did for me, man. Not that it went unnoticed, because I thanked you then, but I thank you now, because I wouldn't have had success the way I did as a receiver, Thedo, if you and the other guys didn't welcome me in. But you was one of the main ones that really showed me things that you didn't have to show me, man. So I really appreciate that. And that's why I say, when your career over, you go back, when that cement's dry, and you cut the light out in that room, and you look at what faces pop up, man, your face popped up because you was my friend. You was my friend from the jump. When I was a running back, you was my friend from the jump. That's why I'm doing this, because I want to celebrate you. I want the world to know what you was. You know, you could have went for 1,500 yards, but we was a running team. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I seen you, and you'll see in the highlights, man, that you just ran by people all the time. Nobody could hold you. Like, I never really seen nobody really D you up, just being honest. It ain't just because we own this, but I'm saying that don't lie. Camp, we was in camp for years, and we had official DBs, All-Americans, NFLs, and I'm saying I never seen you really get worked. I mean, I seen you always open. You know what I'm saying? So that's an ultimate compliment to you, man, for you to do that. But again, it's how you is, how your folks raised you. Talk about the conversion of coming over with receivers. Like, who taught you how to be such a badass receiver? Because you was the real deal, Thedo. You was the real deal. Who's responsible for that? Was it yourself? Like, who took responsibility for making you like that, man?
You know, when everybody used to be partying, I ain't gonna lie, I used to always, it's two people I used to watch all the time. I used to watch Deion Sanders and Jerry Rice. And but I remember when I was in college, a guy, when I went to junior college, a guy told me, actually, I give him props because I wound up taking his position. He, even though he knew it, he told me, he said, man, you have all the speed in the world. He said, but use it after. He said this, so he showed me how to sharpen my routes up.
Yep.
And once he showed me how to sharpen, because in high school I used to do just say throw it. You know, as soon as you remember how I used to be, I'd take a step up the line and be like, throw it.
You did it at Western. Man, just throw it as far as you can. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about it.
Like, as soon as so you know, in high school, I just used to be like, just throw it. I don't care, just throw it. So when I got to junior college, I still was like that, but the guy, he was like, man, listen, you can't run a 4-3 running a slant route. You can't run. He was like, run and control, use your dips after you catch the ball, get out. So if, I'm the type of person, somebody give me knowledge, I'm going to pass it along. So but then
you did that.
I really worked at it, because I knew this is going to be it right here.
Right.
I'm married to this position now.
Yep.
So I'm going to do good. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to work at it. I'm going to know what foot to have forward.
Correct.
And,
absolutely correct.
I'm gonna control everything until even the little head fake or whatever. And Gunner showed me some too, because
Gunner was official.
Yeah, Gunner worked out with me. He showed me some extra little tricks, and I just like took everything and put it in a bag. So when you and I was working out, and that's all I was just basically telling you what I learned from somebody, but giving you all of it I can have, because my thing was, it didn't, as long as we winning, it didn't matter to me. Like, you come in, like, I'm good. Like, and I remember telling you, you're going to have, I think I told you, man, you have more receptions than me. I'm going to get you open. Because a lot of routes, I had to clear it out.
Take the top off the defense.
Had to come under. Yeah, you had to come
underneath. Take the top off the defense.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm good. I was like, this, you catch it, you do your thing. I remember your first catch in the game at
East Illinois
against East in a hitch route. The hitch, first play of the game. I said, he gone. I said, yeah, you set the tone. I'm like, and I remember one time Coach Ball said, Thedo, you got to stop trying to run over people. You see what Coco do? I said, Coach Ball. I said, I'm not Coco.
We different. Everybody got their own little style.
Yeah. I said, I'm like, bing, bing. If I'm not going to beat you to this side, this right here, oh, well. I said, if you're in my way, I'm just going to try to run through you. He was like, but you're too small.
You know, one of my favorite transitions was for me, too, to be honest with you. And you already had the mindset. But like I said, I applauded you on this end. Me coming to Western and playing, running back, I did have to bang a little something. I just couldn't get couldn't get screens.
Yeah.
I had to block. I had to hit some of them linebackers. I had to step up and try to tear their knees up when I didn't really want to. But what it did was when I got out and slide with the receivers, I'm like, man, I'm about to slam these little niggas. But I'm used to get hit with these boys. Man, I'm finna get up in here and get dirty with them. But you was already doing that. You know what I mean? You was already influential to me because I seen you manhandle them. I'm like, damn, we about to, man, I'm finna get out there and crush some of these little dudes. But you started that. You
made me step my game up. Because your transition was so smooth and everything. And I was like, damn. So I'm like, usually I was always the fastest. So now we got another fast receiver. Then I remember and my thing was, I don't care who it was, if it was Vince, if it was Spice, anybody who played with us, if they went out and caught some kind of pass at practice, like I'm like, I'm going woo the crowd too. Yes. I remember that that spring football. Me and you, I don't know if we was working the same. You had ran the screen, the little middle screen, and took it to the house. I'm sitting over there. I'm like, damn. And that was like this when they put it in. And I think that's when I had broke my foot or my toes or whatever. Right. And I had to sit. I'm like, no, I'm coming back. So I wanted to get there.
I gotta get that.
I was like, so I remember they put it. They called my play and they called it for me in the second. I did the same thing I'm saying. And Grock was like, okay. Because he knew you already. Grock, Jason Grock knew you from junior college, huh?
Right.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, shit. I thought, he's like, yeah, you and Coco moving. And I remember I was just like, you'll make a catch, something sweet. And I'll be like, that's why I always look to go against Frank. And lucky, our DBs. I always look to go against the best ones. I didn't want to go against nobody I know I can beat.
You're supposed to win. You're supposed to win.
Yeah. And you doing stuff, this elevated me. So I never looked at it as competition. I looked at it as a workout partner.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, when you do that too, I'm telling you, dog, it was just in us that way. When you catch a long ball or catch a ball, run a good route and catch it, I can't wait for me. I want to do it too. Not on no jealousy, but man, my dog just got one. I want to get one. You gotta have that. You made me want it. You know what I mean? But I gotta thank Coach Ball and Coach Downey and all them cats. They found really small, unique ways to get me in the game. Like you said, go in motion, first play of the game, throw me a hitch. Let me go. Let me run in space. You know what I mean? Like screens. They found unique ways. But like I said, man, you know, I wish you would have got more balls. But like I said, we were running team. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know, if you look at all the catches throughout the year, you know, you would lead the team in yards, but I would have it in catches because I would catch the little short stuff. But the thing is, everybody had catches. It wasn't just you. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just we were even. I felt like, in my opinion, and the stats don't lie. But with that being said, man, you was definitely the leader of that team. The receivers. You know, I saw a lot of stuff that you did. You know, I don't know if you learned it from Gunner because I never really worked out with Gunner, but Gunner was off the charts, man. Fabian Barnes was off the charts. But I seen you do this too. And I just paid attention. Like I asked questions, but I was kind of like quiet like you as well. But I saw you do stuff that really, really said to me this day. I teach it to the ones that play receiver. When you would break the huddle, because I played arena football for 15 of them, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I played offensive specialist while I was a receiver. But there was sometimes where somebody came in with a bigger name or money, I had to move over to receiver DB. So I had to cover DB. And I learned how to play, and I was straight at it, actually. But let me tell you what I saw you do. That I learned. I didn't understand this as much then. I saw you do it. But when I got to pro football, I learned it. And I was like, this smart-ass nigga. You don't realize how smart somebody is. Like, you watch a movie, you see it, you recognize it, but you're not sure. And then later on, you learn it, you be like, damn, that's what, okay. Let me tell you what you used to do. When you used to break the huddle, and this is why you were so dangerous, man. I love you for this. You never knew if it was a run or pass. Like, you would go to the line with the same energy as if he was getting the ball or not. Let me show you what I mean. Run play. You would run to the line. You get there. You still talk. Do what you got to do. Handle them. Pass play. You get to the line. Now, this is where receivers made mistakes. I learned this in pro. When it's a pass play, they fly to the line, fix their gloves, and get ready. Makes sense? You just showed me that. Okay, all right, let me go and DM up because he fixing his gloves. He hurried to the line. When it's a run play, he mad. He deep. He jogging the line, pouting like a little girl. And it's a run play. I'm going to go get in his chest first because I know it's a run play because he mad. You know what I'm saying? You always went to the line with the same energy. Fast, so that you could talk crazy to him, and it worked. So you was the one I'm like, that nigga's super genius smart. I learned that from you, dog. So when I got the pros, I'm like, damn, this nigga was doing that way back then. That was fucking smart.
And this is the crazy thing. I made sure I did because I wanted to keep everything uniform. I'm a little OCD, so I wanted to keep. But I didn't want them to think I was giving nothing away. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I like even the way I position my feet. But I don't care if it was a run play or a pass play. My first 3 steps, everything was the same. Yep. Even when we ran a route, like whatever route I ran, my first 3 steps or whatever, everything looked the same.
It did.
Like I made sure everything looked like if I'm gonna run a dig, I still came off like I'm running, like I'm about to fly by you. Anything
like every DBs just have to turn right away. With you, DBs always had to turn right away. They couldn't shuffle and wait for you. They had to turn. If they didn't turn, it was niggas had to really.
So that's what I used to just do that. And I learned that like I think I've been doing that since Pop Warner. Like just keep doing this is a routine thing. But another thing, what I used to do, remember we used to get the papers of the defense and everything?
What the guy you're gonna be going against, like his profile about what
all that stuff. Well, I used to learn all the DBs and the linebackers. And I used to just be from the time we got the papers until that night, we'll do that little test before the game in the room.
Yep.
I would go, remember we used to have to watch film. I watch film, like Monday, I might study one guy, and I'm just looking at him for about an hour or something, just looking at his foot, like just trying to see.
Gaining advantage. You're trying to find his weaknesses, gaining advantage.
Yeah, if he on his toes, because a lot of them, when they thought they was Deion Sanders, they try to come and base you up. And I'm like, dude, you're going to be on your heels by the time you even try to turn around.
Yeah.
You know, then I'm trying to see how he opened up on certain things. Because some of them thought they could spin like the opposite way. I don't know why DBs think that. They can spin.
They're too slow. Especially with you, they're too slow.
Yeah. I just like, I ain't gonna lie, I really was obsessed with all that part, just studying them and just paying attention,
Yep.
you know, because I wanted us to win. And I didn't want Coco, Steck, BK, or nobody to break anything, and it was my fault that it didn't go to the house.
Correct.
You know, because when we in there Sunday looking at film, even though they don't call you out, but I would feel bad. Like,
it crushed you as a competitor. It crushed you. It hurts.
Yeah,
it do hurt.
Could have been me.
You don't want to let your boy down.
And man, it was, and then that thing, I never wanted to let Coach Ball down, bro.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I never wanted to let Coach Ball down too, you know.
Because of what he did. He paid attention to you. So when you just told me that story, man, I know we talked about some things back in the day, but when you left the school for whatever reason, ain't nobody business, he was on a horn that next couple of days, knowing that mean he was paying attention to you. So it was meant to be. So, and he did that, man, with everybody. He had that effect on a lot of folks where he really paid attention. And Coach Ball gave us shit, excuse my language, because the man looked me in the eyes and told me, you know what I'm saying, when I go to that school, you're going to be able to play running back now. You're going to have some bad son of a guns, and you get to compete for it. Now, back, my career's over, I wish I'd have came in and learned how to play receiver under you right off the jump. That would have been the best thing for me. But I was selfish and stubborn, like, no, I ain't changing positions. I'm a running back. You know what I mean? But that would have been the best thing for me, is to go right in and learn how to play receiver right off the jump. Because well, the thing is, I didn't know you was there. I didn't know you'd be that welcome. I didn't know you was, make sense? So, you know, with that being said, man, that's what it was all about, man. But I wouldn't change nothing in the world. Where I went, why I decided it, the people that I made, lifetime brotherhood, friendships. You know what I'm saying? So that when I did this, man, I couldn't wait to have you on, man. Again, you turn that light out and you see them faces and you being so real, man. Like I said, not a jealous bone in your body for anybody. And you welcome me in, man. And like I said, you helped me become as successful as I possibly could. And you always cheer. Like, you know, when I scored, you would run down there, jump on me first. I'd do the same for you. But it was love, man. And I really, really appreciate that. So for me, that's why I said when I do this bio, I got to have Thedo, dog. This boy was so real. And you did a lot of things. You brought a lot of things. Let me tell you. We had them little calves. And everybody started wearing long white socks because of you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody didn't wear. Go look at all the footage, man. Nobody didn't wear no long white socks. Nigga, you came. Everybody, and I look clean, long white socks, long, you know, you was the first one to wear the long white socks in the discussion. Show me anybody else that had them, and I apologize. But I seen you. You was always clean, but the long white socks, you look super fast as hell. You was, but you had the long white socks. And once I see you rock that, I'm like, I'm rocking that. That's it. I'm wearing long white socks. I don't care what we got on. But you started that.
You look good, you play good. You know, they say you look good, you play good.
Absolutely.
That's what it was.
Well, man, now we get to the end of it, man, and this is important for me. I just want your friends and family. I know you don't never talk about yourself, but I wanted to talk about you, and I did already. But I want to talk about how great you was, man. You was a legit 4'3", great blocker, like all the small things that nobody never really mentioned except for the teammates. Like people always came and Thedo could block it, Thedo this. And I heard coach say, man, look at Thedo. If his little ass can slam him out, then you should be doing that and you should be doing that. So it was great criticism when I seen you do that and say, okay, man, I'm about that nigga size. I'm going to do it too. But then again, like I said, I was coming from running back, so I'm used to hitting with 230 and 240s and coming in trying to run me over. So I was already ready for that. Was nothing for me. But you was really, really good, probably one of the best receivers in the years that I played. Nothing against nobody else, but like I said, it was some good ones. But as far as being smart, fast, physical, great blocker, your grades were always great. And we got graded. Your grades were always good because you took pride for your teammate. Like you said, the key thing you said is we broke a long one. We were all fast. Like if TK break it or BK break it or if I break it or Stecker break it, whoever broke it, you didn't want to be your man. You know what I'm saying? So that's just brotherhood. That's just love. You know, with that being said, so, you know, I'm really glad that we both was Leathernecks, man. I'm so glad we shared that same space. I'm so glad we won a championship together. I'm so glad we did all those different things. And after all these years, we're still good friends, man. And we talk about each other's family. So right now, what I really want to get to.
Hold on, Coco, before you, because I got to give Coach Ball his praises. Like, you know, for real, like.
A lot of people did that.
I really, like, truly love Coach Ball. Like, man, I mean, Coach Ball could have told me anything. That'll go run through that steel wall, and I'm going to do it. Like, I believe in Coach Ball so much. Like, I believed in him. I mean, I remember one time Coach Ball and them called a play when we was in Youngstown. And I kept saying they was motioning me into the play. And I'm like, then I had to keep picking up the defense end. I kept saying, this play don't go like this. And I told, like, we ran it like back to back, and I kept noticing, I'm like, the motion going the wrong way. The motion supposed to go the other way, but I'm doing it. And I think at halftime, I was told somebody, Coach Griffin was like, you know what? It don't supposed to go that way. I thought, and I'm just thinking, Coach Ball
doing what they telling you to do.
Yeah. So, and I'm doing it. I remember one time we was playing. That's crazy how I can start remembering all this. We were playing Indiana State, and they had a linebacker. And Coach Ball was telling, like, he on the sideline saying, take the linebacker out. I'm thinking he said, take him out. I went and cut him. But he was saying, like, what? I went and cut him. Coach Ball was like, no. I wasn't talking about, like, he was like, well, good job. Because the dude actually got hurt for a couple plays. And they called a penalty. But Coach Ball was like, oh, you got it confused. I didn't mean to.
Take him out.
Hey.
That's for you, though.
You point me to him, and I'm gonna do. But I wasn't purposely trying to hurt the dude. I just knew. I thought they were saying like take him out, like cut him for the play to go that way. I knew they wasn't gonna talk about hurting, but he said, but he was like, no, he wanted, because I knew. I'm like, this dude, it was a big old. I'm like, damn, he's pretty big. But I cut. And actually, after the game, the dude came. He said, man, you tough, bro. I'm like, I said, bro, my bad. Because I apologize. I said, man, I didn't mean to hurt you because I wasn't trying, but I had to come down. I didn't know. They were telling me I had to take the linebacker, but just shield him like this is like a rub.
Yeah.
I couldn't do without, but you know, and that's the belief I had in Coach Ball, man. Like all the coaches, but I did it for Coach Ball. Because I'm going to tell you, remember that rumor? Our junior year, after our junior year, they said Coach Ball was going to leave.
Yeah, I heard about it.
I went storming to the office. I was like, hey, you leave, I'm leaving. You brought me out here.
Yeah.
And you going to, like, I was literally, like, I was hurt.
Yeah.
You know, like, how you going to bring me here? And I went, he was like, no, don't believe that. He's like, I'm going to be with y'all.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be here. I'm like, man, you know, I probably would have tore that office up because I was hurt. I don't know how I found out, but yeah, you know, I have a lot of love for Coach Ball, man.
It's because he believed Thedo in us and he gave us an opportunity. All we ever wanted was an opportunity, and he gave us that. Like, he gave us a fair opportunity to try to live out our dreams and to be successful. He gave that, man, and he went to the places that other people wouldn't go. I talked about that in my bio. Coach Ball, Coach Wilton went to the places like East St. Louis and got all them dogs. Went to got you. Like, he believed in y'all. Even though some people might have thought y'all deserved a second chance, or us, even just black men in general, deserve a second chance because we play the cards that are dealt to us. People don't understand that, man. We play the cards. You deal them, we got to play. We can't give them back like, no, I want a better hand. We play what's dealt. So for you to do what you do and went through, he ain't care, man. He just wanted you to get there and be successful. And he cared about you genuinely. It wasn't just come play for me and win some games. He cared about everybody's success afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I agree with you on that end on Coach Ball. He on here. And that's why I had him on here for that reason, because I felt the same way, man. I asked him a lot of personal questions and things like that, man. And he was real with it, and he kept it real. And he told me that one of the main things is that you cannot take a kid from where y'all come from, not y'all like that, but from the hood, from these different places. You got to be straight up with them, because as soon as they sense you lied to them a little bit, they done with you. That you never get it back. He said, so I was always honest with y'all about every single small detail. My staff was too. That's why we was always good. And those are types of things that touched me, dog. It had me feeling a certain way because that's why I went. You know what I'm saying? He made me feel like, just give me an opportunity. That's all we want in life. Just give me an opportunity. I'll do the rest, and I'll take the decision of what comes with it. But just let me have my shot. And when he did that with you, man, that was fulfilling when you told me that whatever happened, happened. That's nobody's business. But 2 days later on a Monday, he hit you up. Man, that's on his end. That's great work on his end. That's why you was like, you know what? I'm going to see what this man talking about.
Yeah, Coach Ball, the truth. You know, Coach Ball is the truth. I gotta say, and I don't speak, you know, I'm not gonna just put my name on the line for anybody, but Coach Ball is one of the real ones. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Throughout dealing with a lot of coaches I didn't dealt with, as a coach, don't promise you the world.
Yeah.
But Coach Ball, the truth, because I ain't gonna lie, you had to believe in Coach Ball sometimes, because I know when it's 3rd and 15 and Coach Ball calling a draw play or something,
Yeah.
In my heart, I'm believing it's gonna work.
You got to. Just because you like, damn, let's
Anybody else,
go.
like,
Yeah.
anybody else, I'm like, man, why they trying to get me this ball?
Hey, but you had to be like that as a receiver. You had to have that attitude. And if you don't, you're not good, period. In discuss. I ain't seen a receiver that didn't want the ball every damn play. It's in us, man. I want the ball anyhow, anyway, give it to me. Give it to us. Yeah. That's the way. If you don't think like that, and all the great receivers think like that, man. With that being said, Thedo, man, this last little part, man, I want you to talk about the people in your life now. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you got your queens, your daughters, you got your old lady, you got your mom and dad, friends and family. I hope they're all still alive. Go ahead on and talk to those folks, man. Let them know what they mean to you. Go ahead and have a platform and talk to those folks. That at the end of my segments or my bios, man, I like you to talk about those people that mean the most to you, the people that's been riding with you, just anybody, whether it's a brother, sister, mom. Go ahead on and talk to them a little bit right now before we get up out of here, Thedo.
Well, first of all, like everybody always, I'm on my mom, man. My mom played a big, big part in my life. Even the way I worked, I was working out and studied, man. I watched my mom work because my mom was a beautician. She had her own hair salon for like 30 years.
Congrats to that.
My mom used to work in there. Dude, my mom go there at 10 in the morning. During the week, come home at 3. Fridays and Saturdays, she's coming home at 5 in the morning. My mom worked. So I used to look at that, and I think that's like she put something in me. My mom, by her, she ain't know nothing about football, but my mom was there. I don't know if you remember, we played Alcon. My mom, my whole family, because I remember somebody was like, man, because they had a gold shirts on. And somebody was like, I was like, no, dude, that's my family. There was somebody white.
Man, it was no. So many.
My mom rented a charter bus plus a van, and they had cars. I don't know who it was. It was my white. It was like, man, I kept saying, they was just like, they were scared to look over their shoulder. Yeah. There was all these black people right there. And they said, they kept saying 86. That's Thedo. What? Yeah. That's Thedo. And they were like, bro, that's your family? I'm like, yeah, man.
They came deep.
My mom, dog, like, she was, to say she ain't know, like, is a lady, a woman. She ain't know about football, but she was my fan. Like, she was there. She came a couple games at Western, and she could.
Yep.
My little sister, like, I look at my little sister now. Mm-hmm. She plays a big part of my life right now. Like, she helps me tremendously, doing help little things. If it's when she cooks something, because I can't cook, she might come swing by, get it. But I see my little sister, I'm proud of her because right now she's getting a PhD.
Congrats to that, man.
I look
Say that again, man. Say that again, man. What's she doing?
Getting a PhD.
Man, that's awesome. I want to hear that, man.
It's something I can't pronounce. Like, she got a master's in biology, and she having something in chemistry. But I don't know what she's getting it in, but she's getting it. And I like that because I have 2 daughters, and that's who they look up to. So, like Jay said, what he said on that Frank Lucas song, if I would want to be a doctor, maybe my nephews want to be a doctor too, but I sold drugs, so they don't want to sell. So I look at my little sister and everything, because me going to college, being the first one in my family to go to, on my mama's side, to go to college.
That's cool, man.
Like, now, all my little cousins that came up under me, all of them got degrees now.
Man,
like,
that's so cool. That's
all
cool,
of them. I got one that's coming, he goes to LSU. And I told him, I said, dude, I'm out here. I said, you can stay with me. Yep. I said, I got this house, you can stay with me. You good? I have a room and everything. But I look at that, like, and they got real, like, degrees.
You paved the way, man.
Yeah. And I give a lot to my stepdaddy too. My stepdaddy, he taught me all the loyalty things in life, because he said, only thing a man have, especially a black man, is their word.
Absolutely.
Once you let somebody take your word, you done. And
absolutely
that's why I tell you, I stand on my word.
They don't look at you the same no more.
I say, if I say, Coco, I got you, all this, I got you,
And that's what you always
I don't care how big how big, how tall, what's the problem? I'm gonna mess with you. And my thing when you said about coming over to being receiving, me not having no hard feelings, because I say this, the reason I can't mess over nobody, if I made a mistake and messed over somebody, I didn't intentionally do it, you know.
Right.
But like, you coming over, now every morning I brush my teeth, look in the mirror. I wouldn't be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm not giving Coco my best, or I'm holding back on him. It would hurt me looking in the mirror, looking at myself.
As a real man.
Looking at myself saying, I'm screwing this dude, or I'm not telling him everything I know.
Right.
You know, and it would hurt me. And you know, I get that to my dad, my stepdad. My dad came back in my life. He helped me out big time, played a big part. Like him and my daughters, bro. They had a great, great relationship. Like, cause my dad came out here, me being a single parent. My dad had, you know, he was picking them up from school for me, making sure they do their homework, eat their dinner and everything.
Priceless.
For the last, that was like the last 10 years. And he passed last year. It actually was like a year, almost this week or something, made like a year. He passed, he had cancer.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Him and I, you know, that I'm his only kid. So I had to be there and make the decisions, you know.
Right.
And just sitting there like with him to the end, and for me to bring him to the hospitals and everything. And this dude, even the people in hospitals, and one of his friends told me, he said, you got to go home. I'm like, why? He said, because your daddy not going to die as long as you here. It was like, he know you here because, you know, you talking to him. It was like, he's not going to die as long as you here. So, and I saw that fight, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That fighting him, man. And like they say, I went home, dude. It was no time later. I got a phone call about 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Lady said, your daddy, you know, he passed over.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, you know, and I felt bad. I'm like, and you know, my aunt and everybody was like, he wasn't gonna go as long as you was there. Yeah. And I knew he was in pain. It was like he wasn't gonna go. And I know where I get certain things from. Like, I played, a lot of people don't know, I played at Western with like broken toes, like, and still was, yeah. And even the doctor was like, man, I don't know how you doing it. He was like, you know, I don't know how. You know? And
your mind, you got your mind. Your mind run your body, man.
Yeah, you can either be hurt or injured. You know how I go in football, in sports. And, you know, and I get that from my pops, man. And you know, I gotta, cause like I said, he wasn't he was around, but he wasn't around. If you get what I'm saying, like.
No, I got you, and I appreciate you sharing that, man. I appreciate you sharing it, because that's important, dog. I really, you know what I mean? I appreciate you sharing that.
You know, certain things that it's crazy to find out stuff when people pass, like other people tell you stuff about it. Cause my dad never once saw me play football. And I've been playing football since I was 5. But I heard like stories from his friends and everything. And you know, but I gotta give props to my dad. Because without him, I wouldn't be here. You know, it was 50-50, my mom, him. So I gotta give kudos to him too. He helped me. He came through when I needed him in a clutch.
Correct.
When I really needed him. I didn't need him growing up because my mom had me.
Right on.
And football had me.
Right on.
But when I needed him for them girls, he came through. And to say, right now, bro, my girls is like the best thing could have happened to me. You know, everybody like, man, you play football. I know, you know, because everybody knew me, always felt, oh, you're going to be in the pros, or then they were like, I know you're going to have a boy, you're going to have him. Bro, God couldn't bless me with nothing better. Every time my daughters see me, it's like something new.
Yeah, it is.
And they're older now.
I know. I feel the same way with Malu. Me too, man. I feel you on that. You ain't got to tell me, but you're absolutely correct.
18 and 16. And I can see certain things they do. The dog, like, I can see certain things they do. And I'm like, oh God, they like me. And you know, my oldest one graduated, bro, last Thursday, right? I was in there crying. I was at the graduation, you know, and then, you know, this a strange year for us, this quarantine. That's why I'm looking all rough. Yeah. I'm scared to let somebody cut me, and I don't know how to cut myself. So
I had to learn.
When we said you were gonna do this morning, I'm in there trying. I said I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna have all kind of. I was like, I'm leaving it alone. You know, when I think it's safe, I'm gonna go get groomed up. That's why I got a hat on and everything. But I always will hats, you know. But my daughter's daughter, to see my daughter graduate, man.
That's cool, man.
Bro, I was there crying, and then like after, you know, because I'm sitting, man, I'm glad we had everybody had to sit, you know, it was a social distance 6 feet apart. So I had an umbrella because they graduating outside. I'm in Louisiana. It's 100, the humidity 98. I'm burning. So I'm sitting there with my umbrella. I'm now crying like I'm sweating, right? I'm like, so somebody, I'm like, who this sun out here, boy? It's hot. I'm crying. So after we go and do graduations now, there's two things I've been to in my life that was fast. Coach Rim wedding. I ain't never been to a wedding like Coach Rim told me his wedding was going. Coach Rim wedding probably was 15 minutes. My daughter graduation was like, it was a speed. They said the kid name, you meet him, y'all go out, y'all leave. Right? I had her, she had her little sign, all her little stuff, and I'm looking at her, and she just all nice and chalant, and they always tell me I talk to them like they players. Like they say, you talk to us like
you're a coach.
You the coach, and we players. I told
you
her,
are though.
I said,
that's you are though.
Yeah, and I told her, I say this day here, I say enjoy this day. Don't let nothing spoil it. Don't let nothing. You feel anything you feel. This is a day you never gonna get back. This is a lost day. Once this day over, you can't change it. You know,
can't get it back.
And she looking at me like wide eyed. She was like, "Yeah, Daddy," and I'm telling her I'm proud of her. She was like, "Thank you." I'm like, "No, I'm proud." So I started crying again. I just walked off. She was like, "Why are you walking off? You know, you don't want me to see you cry." I'm like, "I'm good. Like, I'm good." Because, man, my daughter's like, and I know why God blessed me with two girls, man, because I tell everybody, I'm going to be the first man my daughters love. My daughters won't be out here looking for love from no man. Like,
there you
these
go.
reality shows got girls so
and we have to do that, man. We have to do that, man. So whoever watched this, please listen to Thedo, man. We got to do that with our daughters, man, our queens.
And everybody will tell you who know me, I do everything I can for them, right? And they be like, "Man, why you do this? Like, why you go overboard?" I'm like, "No." I said, first, I have a standard I'm setting, and no young man or no man gonna ever be able to try to impress them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna, a nice car, nah, they're gonna be like, "No, my daddy got like." And I told them since they were small.
Right.
I said, first law of nature is self-preservation. They'll repeat it to you. First law, and then I tell them, I said, growing up, and I've been telling them this since they was 5, and I'm driving them to school in the morning. I said, growing up, a young man gonna offer you something. It might be something as simple as shoes or dinner. Or man, I said, well, you know what you tell them? Thanks for the offer, but whatever you could give me, my daddy could give me. I said, because it always comes with something. I said, even when
ain't nothing for free.
You know, I tell them, even when we get coupons in the mail, I'm like, it's a catch to everything. You know, they're giving us free fries, but they're getting in there knowing you're going to get these fries, you're going to buy something else. So every time my daughter...
You got to buy the drink to come with it first. You got to buy the drink and the burger to get the free...
So that's my daughter's always said. And what's the catch to this? You know, that's how they come in.
There it is. Keeping their mind ready. They're ready. They're aware and they're ready.
Yeah, and man, the crazy thing, you know, now they got their little jobs, and a daughter going to school to be... Everybody going to school, something I can't pronounce. It's like a heart phenomenon, something in the medical field. The person that monitor heart transplants or whatever. And she's going to college for that. But she got a little job, so she's working, and we got our car, and she's, she got in. I'll be so nervous with her. Another day, I don't know if I'm getting old and getting like real. She's backing out the garage, till coming again. I'm like, I said, man,
no,
I called my mom.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's.
Oh no, I know. I said, I called my mom, like, man, I'm bringing her places. Now she leaving, backing out, and my youngest daughter, she's something else too, because she didn't got in her mind since she been 14 working. I'm like, so now she's 16. I didn't have to get her. We done got her 2 work permits. She got like at this little gourmet pizza place, and she got it like at the little supermarket. I'm like,
you blessed, dog. You blessed, because they're not lazy. They're not lazy. They want to work for that. Like, you blessed. Like, man.
But then the little one, if the big one busy, she hit Daddy. You got to pick me up. Dad. I'm like, oh, God. And I know what she's trying to do. Trying to keep on bothering me. I can say, he'll take the car. Yeah, I need to get you a car, but you got to hold on, buddy, until you graduate. But she graduated next year. And them 2 girls, bro, they like, God first and my daughters second, my mom, my sister, family fall in line,
Yeah, it is.
That's how it is, man, And I got brothers for life. I'm going to show you something. I've been having this sitting in my living room.
I'm telling you, dog.
No.
We all had those.
In my living room. Anybody come to my house, they be like, what you? I'm like, hey, it's memories, Dad.
Yeah, you can't get rid of that, man. Can't get rid of that, man. I never wear my ring. I don't never talk about my rings. I'm proud of them, but they wouldn't understand. Only one that understands is the ones I won it with. Them the only ones that understand what we did, how we did it, the brotherhood, man. So like I said, I'm so glad after 20-some years, man, this is important. And you should think about piggybacking and doing your own bio, man, because, look, I know you don't say much, real close, but, man, just sitting here listening to you, you was that same dude then and even a better dude now, man. I'm so happy for you that you did those things. RIP to your pops. You met him. You did those things. He got a chance to spend time with your daughters. You talked about your mom. And you used to always talk about your mom. You used to always, talk to your mom every time I'm with you. You was on the phone with your mama. You and your mama shared a lot of time together. So for me, I wanted that. I wanted this platform for the world to see Thedo. You know what I'm saying? Because you meant so much to me. And I want you to talk about those people 10 years from now, 5 years from now, when they press play, they get to see their dad. The moms get to see the daughters and, those friends and family, people you brought their names up, Coach Ball. These guys going to see this, man, and really, really appreciate it. It's going to be tears out of everybody, not because they weak, not because love will make you cry, like your daughters. Love will make you cry. Don't care who you is, love. And I got love for you. I got love for a lot of the Leathernecks. I got love for Coach Ball. I got love for you, dog. So at the end of the day, I felt like I was quiet like you as well. I felt like people were shocked when I started doing this bio and talking about the way I live my life. And people don't know the struggles I had. Man, you had them as well. We all got a story. But for me, I had to bring you on here, Thedo. I wanted to celebrate you to the world. I want your daughters, your family to see who you was, how good you was in football. And you don't need that. I wanted to talk about you, but it was my brotherhood, that Leatherneck. Like I said, that transition, going to Western playing running back, what you did for me then. For me to convert to receiver and you to welcome me in, I don't know if I would have had success like I did and went on and being better than what I was, but it started with you, man. So for me, it was very, very important for me to rock you on this bio, man, and celebrate you to the world because, like I said, man, when you're done with your career and everything's set in cement, you cut the light off in that room, what faces do you see? Man, your face was bright. Just like you're glowing bright right now, man, your face was bright, and it was just you cool with your hat down, being that dude that you is, man. So for me, lifetime brotherhood, man, the ultimate compliments that you gave me, it mean a lot. Now, when somebody give me a compliment, I take them, and I appreciate it. But when it's coming from somebody as great an athlete as I was as you, that means more to me because, like I said, you see a real eye. You tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing fake about you, dog. You one of the realest and not the realest I ever met. So for me, I couldn't have no bio what I have you on here, man. It felt so good to hear your story about, your mom, you know what I mean, about your stepdad, about your dad, about your daughters. For me, I needed that. That was fulfilling. That's priceless. My heart, I had to, you know what I'm saying? So I needed you to do that for me because I needed you. I needed the world to see who you was, Thedo. So with that being said, man, I really, really appreciate you taking your time, man, and being on this bio with me, for me. And, man, I hope if you do something like this, I pray you do, man, because you got a story. You got an amazing story that people would love to hear. But like I said, you're so closed. I found it within myself, man, and it was pretty healing to be able to talk about things I went through when I was a little one. So now these times are fun. This is the fun time with you and my friends and my brothers. You understand what I'm saying? So from the bottom of my heart, Thedo, man, I really appreciate you doing this. When I put this up, man, if people gonna go crazy, you know, send it to all your friends and family. Have them subscribe to my page. I want to get 1,000 subscribers, but it's more of everybody get to hear you. So for you to be as closed as you is, for you to talk about your pops, man, thank you so much, because we live as my dad died from cancer as well, and I watched the struggle. I watched him die slowly as well, so we got things in common. So for you to come out and talk about that on live on my spot, man, shout out to you and your pops, man. Thank you for doing that for me, man. It means a lot to me, Thedo.
I salute you too. I salute you, man. You know, oh, it's crazy that you said that. Nobody know. My daughters, they know I play ball because people done told them, but they ain't never know everything. They ain't never know, you know, because I keep everything to myself.
But guess what? You can't keep this to yourself, because now it's there. And on top of that, hey, when I press play and they see 86, man, they can be like, damn, daddy, damn, you was fast. Damn, daddy, you, hey, Thedo, you was cold, man. I'm telling you, was the real deal. And I know you modest, but you was cold. But when I came to receive him, like, man, I was so glad, like, looking like, I hope this nigga show me how you do all that. And you did. So I was confident, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, we was riding. You know, we had a lot of other cats that was bad. Don't get it wrong. And I saluted all the receivers. I ain't leave none of them out. But Thedo, that nigga right there, I'm doing like him, wearing my socks like him. You know, you my dog, but I had to get right. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to be a receiver because I was running back, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was new to me. But for what you did, though, welcome me in that family, man, when you could have turned it back and I had to learn things on my own and things like that. You ain't do that. So for you to do that, man, is always appreciated. And like I said, man, I'm so glad our paths crossed, man. I'm so glad you was able to speak on that, man. So with that being said, man.
I told you. You got a brother for life with me.
Already,
you know,
baby.
When I talked to you a couple days ago, it was like we just was talking like we were just at Western the other day or something.
Yes, sir.
You know, you didn't miss a beat, you know.
Yep.
So, and I remember you even like, how you picked the 86? And I was like, yeah. I said, if I ever tell him, you gonna, everything have a meaning, I do. You know, everything have a little meaning, man. You know, I had 8 guys I went to college with from high school, and I'm from the 6th Ward in New Orleans. So that was my 8 guys, and me, and where I was from, and when we was from, 86. You know, because all of them didn't play, all of them didn't make it.
Yep.
And that was my little clip.
I love that about you, man. You always carry your friends and your family on your sleeves, man. And you was always like that. You were an extreme rider. Like I said, if you was a teammate or something like that, you rode for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I don't want to go too much into. I remember you just knocking cats out. If they had a problem with somebody you knew, man, they didn't understand you had multiple personalities in a good way. The quiet one that you think gonna sit back and chill, man, first one firing off, knocking big old dudes out. So you just was a G, man. Like I said, I'm so glad you was the way you was, man. Cats don't, you know, really know nothing about that. We don't got to get into that, but man, don't let the looks fool you. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing they did way back in the day. They let that, you know, handsome look, the real quiet, not super big. You was swole, you was built up right though, but man, you'll come over the top so quick, man, on whoever, the biggest cat, and let them have it. So, like I said, man, you was a real one, Thedo, man. I really appreciate our paths crossing. I thank Coach Ball and all the Leathernecks for stepping on this thing with me. And like I said, man, I know, you know, it's always love with all y'all, you know, and I hope nobody take this the wrong way. I couldn't have everybody because it'd have been like 30 hours, but I just had to get the ones that really touched me a certain way. And I spent time with you, man, you know what I'm saying? And even after, we still communicated and things like that. So like I said, it's Leathernecks for life, all of them. But like I said, there's a few that really hold a special place in my heart. And like I said, you did some things for me at that time you didn't really know you did. And when you welcomed me into that receiver corps and showed me the things you showed me, man, it was able to let me go forward with my career, man, and play about 15 years after that, man. So I thank you, Thedo. But like I said, we definitely going to keep in touch. We're going to figure out a way for all of us to try to get together and get to the same destination, and just enjoy life. Because like I said, just hearing your voice, talking with you on the phone from time to time, just the energy, the excitement, man. I get on the phone with you like it's a girl. You know what I'm saying? You my guy. But I get on the phone and I get all excited. I'm already be looking like, I'm like, man, this is my guy, man. I ain't talked to him forever. Man. I just get excited, man. You know, when you love somebody, you can't hide it. When you love somebody, you can't hide your tears. And that's just the way it goes. And I don't want to change nothing for the world. But I appreciate your brother, and I appreciate you, dog. So I really appreciate you being a real one. I appreciate that, man.
And I got to say one more thing before we go, bro. And like I said, I appreciate you having me on. And I salute you, man. You was the best. And but I can't leave without shouting out my boy Vince and Pat Hutton, bro. Vince Young and Pat, man.
There you go.
Pat, boy. You know, Pat was cool. You know, Pat was cool. Like everybody I took. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go. I took something from every single receiver.
Yep.
I knew Pat could run all day. He had all the energy. So I was trying to make sure he couldn't outrun me. You know, like he was going to last longer than me. Everybody. You know, only thing Vince could play basketball. Vince could baseball better than us. So, but like I told Vince, you do something, I'm gonna do it. Yep. I'm gonna do it. But
BJ,
man, like,
shout out BJ, man. BJ was too cool in the fan, man. He was that old soul.
He was laid back.
He was so cool, man. But hey, Pat, I just had Pat on here too, man. Pat was on here too, and Pat had some unbelievable things to say about you and all those guys. Pat was a rider, dog. Pat Hutton, I got him on here, man. Pat was a straight G with me from the jump. Me and Pat did a lot of stuff together, so I'm so glad you brought him up, because a lot of guys brought Pat up because Pat's still plucking at everybody. Pat pulling everybody together. Pat on everybody, and man, you can't. Pat a real one, man. Pat straight up the realest. You know, that was one of them Leathernecks that just kept it together. And he ain't never go away, no matter what situation he was in. Pat wasn't going away. He was going to stay, no matter what Pat was.
Coach Ball was the best puppet master, man. Coach Ball brought everybody, bro. He pulled strings from everywhere, man. Coach Ball, he touched a lot of black man's lives, bro. You know what I'm saying? In a good way. In a good way.
And I asked him that, and we talked about why, and he told why, man. So it's for feelings. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to put this together, man. If you got a little bit of those highlights, I got some that they're going to see you get out. But if you don't got them,
but how we going to get them?
No, just look. I'll call you after we get off here, and we'll go from there. But with that being said, hey, man, that Leatherneck love, man, that's where it started for me, being a Leatherneck, being a running back. But to learn how to play receiver, that man right there, Thedo, was the one that really paved my path to get me right, man, and welcome me in. Like I said, we got to it and did what we had to have done, man, and it felt good to have that duo, man, with you. So if I can go back and do it again, I'll do it all. I wouldn't change not a damn thing of where I went in my career, and playing with you that way, and you being the way you was, talking to these folks the way you did, the way you got in their head and backed it, man, I loved it. I loved it. So with that being said, man, I salute you, man, and all the success you having with your sister and everybody else and your daughters, man. Keep doing your thing. We definitely gonna catch up and find a way to get together, man. Thank you so much, brother.
All right.
Take care.
Bless you, bro.
Right.
Love. One.